Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. I never knew I could be here. I want to be grateful to Anya and her wonderful team for a great initiative for people who are virtually unknown. It's been a long time that I have been struggling for freedom, the right to social democracy, freedom of assembly, free speech, and the protection of human dignity. I've been to jail, I've been tortured, but I said to myself, paying a price for a greater goal is worth more than anything for me. But one of the greatest challenges I faced in my life was when I was dismissed from the university. You can never understand what it means, because for us Africans, education is more than the right to become part of one of the schisms that we all aspire to join. For us, it's about freedom. We live in a communitarian society where we are each other's keeper. So when you are expelled from the university, it is a challenge not only to you as an individual, it's a challenge to your family. It's like a betrayal of the trust invested in you to pursue knowledge for the betterment of your people, your village, and for your own self. I was not only dismissed, I was banned from attending any other university in the country. Then I lost my right to stay in the country. My friends were in prison. I was a student of chemistry, but I decided in 2007, 13 years after I lost my right to education, I never had any chance, no support. No mechanism was in place to give people like us an opportunity to start it all over again. I decided I was going to study human rights, to be able to contribute to the freedom of my friends who were in prison, and to be able to contribute to the process of the protection of human dignity all over the world. I never had the chance. I had no sponsor. I had to apply for the German citizenship to be able to have the possibility to travel to London because I had a refugee status. I traveled to London. I slept in abandoned homes to be able to go to school. At one time, it was so difficult that this university asked me if I could step out, organize myself before I re-enrolled. I said, it's 15 years. I can't keep waiting. I slept from one abandoned home to the other until I moved to Norway, where I met here my fiancée and now my wife. I was flying every Tuesday from Torp Airport. I slept at Stansted Airport on the floor. I drove to London City with the bus. I attended lectures from 10 o'clock. I finished at about 2. I took the flight late at night back to Torp to be able to come and do Avis boat early in the morning, do cleaning in the afternoon to be able to survive, because there was no mechanism to support. I was so happy when I graduated. I enrolled in international relations. Still no support. I left classes halfway to go and give papers to be able to survive. I've now enrolled to do a PhD in human rights law. Still no support. I have to do night shift, morning shift, afternoon shift, and evening shift so I can pay my fees. This is the journey when there is no support. Today we are all here because a great idea has been transformed from a dream to reality. And I was very happy when I heard the foreign minister spoke and the rector spoke, because these are people who can make it happen. I call myself a foot soldier. They are policy people. To be able to have accepted such a great idea is not surprising because we are here in Norway. It's a country that epitomizes more than just a dream for so many people. Very happy that many people would get this message. This program sends a message to those who dismiss me from the university, those who continue to oppress students all over the world, that some people listen from somewhere, and that you, the students who continue to struggle for democracy, for freedom of assembly, speech, and the protection of human dignity, you are not on your own. Someone, somewhere, somehow cares about you. And we are all happy to be here today. This journey has just begun. Let's keep walking until we make sure we can eradicate across the globe those systems of impunity that have made it impossible for so many young people to live their dreams. Thank you very much.
Pain. I see in your eyes anguish. I can read plastered on your faces uncertainty. But that uncertainty, anguish, and pain coexist with hope. Hope that one day we will be able to walk into a free homeland. We will be able to remember all those who have died in our name. We will be able to remember all those who have been raped because they fight for a free Amazonia. You have come from all places. You've taken time from all your chores. You are here today because you are the true inhabitants of that place that was taken away from us. You have come here as soldiers of the revolution, the last people standing to defend our values, our customs, and our tradition. You've come here to send a message to those who have occupied our homeland, have raped our girls and turned our fathers into boys. That before they will occupy our land in the next 2 years, they will have to eliminate every Amazonian from the planet Earth. 45 years ago, they instituted a concept of national unity. That concept coexisted with the destruction of our economic potentials. When we protested, they called us terrorists. They said they were standing for national unity. That national unity meant the destruction of our own potentials. It meant the elimination of our own leaders, our own patriot volunteers. The concept of nationality, of national unity meant we did not have a university. That we should go to Yaoundé and study in French in the name of national unity. It meant we could not have our own parliament because they thought asking us to sit in Yaoundé was the concept of national unity. They thought we didn't have a right to marketing board because we should depend on them because of the concept of national unity. They thought they would destroy our police forces and we should depend on their own protection on the concept of national unity. 45 years ago they lied us. 45 years after, we have vowed as a people who have suffered tribulation, economic deprivation, political exclusion, pain, anguish, hopelessness, scattered and dotted in the capitals of Western places, being unsure what tomorrow holds for us, being unsure what our children will become, because we went to schools that was dedicated to the production of people who had no value. The bad schools which were just 4 walls to turn us into dependent, to turn us into hopeless people. The best schools that were prison walls where they could revise our history, educate us in their own history to make us slaves. They turn us slaves in the land of our birth. Until a young man called BBC Mancho took his coffin on the street and told Cameroon, give us freedom or give us death. We are here today with our own coffin to bury the concept of national unity, as our brother has said, 1,000 feet down the earth.
Yes!
Never again, Amazonians. Never again, Amazonians.
Never again.
Never shall we allow a people whom we thought were our brothers to steal our own pride, to steal our happiness, to treat us like a captured people, to build prisons where they could kidnap our young boys and young girls, transport them from our own city into their own capital. Never again shall we coexist with the people who have no respect for our own essentiality. Never again shall we live with a neighbor that exploits our resources to develop its own country. Never again shall we live with a state that considers us a liability, refuses to develop our own capabilities to become assets to ourselves and our homeland. Never again shall we tolerate a system that denies us the right to exist. Never again shall we let our children be tortured on the streets of our country. Never again, my people, shall we live in pain, shall we live in anguish, hopelessness. Never again shall we sit back and watch our women raped in hostels. Men of Ambazonia, I want you to take the battle block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. If not for yourself, for our women, for our children, for all those mothers who cannot go to the market because we've imposed ghost towns, for those children who cannot go to school because they've given us an educational system that is a liability, for the lawyers who cannot go to court because they cannot speak the English language in our courts, for all of you sitting in asylum homes in dotted places, hopeless, not knowing what your future would be, whether you will end up in an old people's home or you will return to a land that is hopeless. You are here as soldiers of the revolution. Fight for your country. Never let anybody tell you it's impossible. I have come here as the commander of this revolution to let you know that we will defeat Cameroon. Yes. We will not only defeat Cameroon, we will make it impossible for Cameroon again to ever invade our land. I have come here to assure you, to give you the assurances. A few months down the line, we will be able to make our country ungovernable for the Ekemas, the Muketes, the Atanganjis, all those who keep collaborating with the system, the Musongas, the Achidi Achus, all the parliamentarians who legitimize occupation in Yaoundé. If they cross the Mongo and the Matasin, that will be a one-way ticket to hell. We will make it impossible for them to ever return in our homeland, to legitimize a system that has brought us pain, unhappiness, anguish, uncertainty. It is the land of our birth. It belongs to you. For those people yet unborn, for those children who are not going to school, it is your right to exist. And you are here to let Cameroon, to let all those who support Cameroon, to let all those who tolerate this illegality know that our day shall come. The day we will be able to walk into our capital, build a system that responds to our needs, to our norms, customs, and values, that protect our children from hopelessness, that make our men real men, that give our women equal opportunity, that stop the woman.
The United Nations General Assembly unanimously passed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration was an instrument to maintain justice and order in a world shattered with war and oppression. So we have come here today on the 10th of December in front of the Embassy of La République du Cameroon, the most corrupt country in the world, the most oppressed country in the world. We have come to protest. Today, we are assembled again and we are standing far away from the oppressive embassy. The embassy has been surrounded by the German police. Do you want me to say the German police and the German state is playing a conspiracy role here or what? Why should Germany and why should the German police allow the embassy staff to use video cameras and audio cameras to film the protesters? Have they not learned from history? We will continue this struggle until freedom will ring for our people. We will never surrender because our cause is a just one.
Wonderful. 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 Small puppy, a big girl. Wonderful. Small puppy, a big girl.
This letter to the embassy that was accepted by the police. So we want to do that. One person or three persons, yeah.
Ich habe mit einem Mitarbeiter der Botschaft gesprochen. Man erklärt sich bereit, diese Note dann am Zaun entgegenzunehmen. Ja? Wen möchten Sie denn da haben? Möchten Sie da jemand Bestimmtes haben?
Der Ambassador.
Der wird das persönlich nicht entgegennehmen. Es wird ein Mitarbeiter der Botschaft an den Zaun herantreten und das dann von Ihnen entgegennehmen und dann zum Botschafter weiterbringen. Wir haben vereinbart, dass wir das hier am Zaun abgeben. Das haben wir gerade drüben abgesprochen. So möchte ich auch, dass wir das dann machen.
If you come out, no, it's okay, no problem. We have these prisoners that your government is keeping in jail. We're not allowed because the camera is. Yes, I would like you to give it to your ambassador, the representative of the PR regime, okay? Okay.
So what was the main purpose of this demonstration? To calm down the government?
Thank you. Remember those petitions, we need at least 100,000 of them so that this house, hello, we need 100,000 petitions signed so that this house may know how serious that we are about taking our country back. So if you have not passed that list round for people to sign, please do so and bring it back to us. Next on the line is somebody that you know really good. I really don't need to introduce him, but you know him, you've seen him, he believes in combat. Hello, Ambazonia! Block back! I leave him. Block back! Put your hands together and welcome Comrade Cho Ayaba, please.
Block by block, rooftop by rooftop, my fellow Ambazonians, sons and daughters of the Ambazonian Revolution. It is not time to celebrate. This is war. It is not time to celebrate. They robbed you of your homeland. They took away your hope. They robbed you of the right to dream of a future in the country of your birth. They murdered your citizens. They transformed your brain to think like a Cameroonian, to worship their flag, to sing their anthem, to pray, hope, and dream like a Cameroonian. They took away the land of your birth. They demonized you. They robbed you of hope, of a dream of a future that is better than the one you inherited. They killed your parents, turned your fathers into boys, raped your mom, made your sisters to be ashamed, robbed them in more. They sent you into exile. You lost your neighborhood. They dispersed your friends. You became delinquent in a land that you did not understand. They took away something so essential to your own existence that you live here with your body, but your spirit hovers without knowing where to land. They took away from us something so important that life became something we have rejected in this land. They took away from you a country that gave you hope, built the first democratic system where there was an electoral government change. They took away from you your economic system. They blockade your social system. They crumbled your economy so you could go into their own system to work for them. They made you drive through their own system so you could pay toll gate into their own system. They robbed you of your right to think, to hope, to have a future in the country of your birth. 243 years ago, the Americans told the British that their time of independence was now. They fought for 8 years, 4 months, and 15 days. They lost the Battle of Boston, but they won the war for the freedom of the United States. The South Africans face a nuclear power. They face a nuclear power country. Mandela said he is going to die for his people. He struggled in jail for 27 years because he didn't want to bequeath to the next generation something worse than he had inherited. He fought like a valiant soldier. The Eritreans humbled the Ethiopians, a more powerful Ethiopia supported by Libya and Russia. They fought in trenches, in gutter holes, on rooftop to be able to bequeath to the next generation something better. Your freedom is in your hands. It is going to be fought inch by inch, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, rooftop by rooftop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go.
Your freedom is in your hands. It is not going to be given to you on a platter of gold. I can assure you here from Washington, the land of our birth, the towns of Ambazonia will be liberated by the valiant soldiers who on a daily basis lay their lives, give their blood, deprive themselves of something more precious to make sure they can stand for our girls, for our children, for our mothers, for our fathers, to bequeath to the next generation a better country that they inherited. If this is the last thing you must give for your country, stand here in Washington and think of the freedom you enjoy. Think of the millions of Ambazonians who have not gone to school, those in jail. Think of Seseko, think of Deacon Tasang, think of Poundful, think of Mancho BBC, think of Mami Abi. Are you ready to lay your life for Ambazonia? I can assure you, Ambazonians, we will build the most beautiful place on earth, a place that you would take pride in calling yourself a citizen, that will give to you a social system, an economic system, a political system you can be proud of. That is why we fight. We are ready to die for it, go to jail for it. So all of us as a people, will be free someday. God bless you all. God bless Ambazonia. We've come here to tell the United Nations that the land they mortgaged to Cameroon will be recaptured by the brilliant people of Ambazonia.
Right. Yes.
That the complicity they had with the United Kingdom will be dampened. That your spirit, the indomitable spirit that has led you from your homes right here to this plaza, will not be extinguished by the banality of evil installed in our homeland. That the spirit that has awakened from the dusty street of Mutengene to the alleys of Bamenda will not be squashed by the brutality of Cameroon, the complicity of the United Nations, and the utter silence of the United Kingdom. For the blood of our people spilled for those who've gone before us. We stand like valiant soldiers to lay our lives to ensure that their blood wasn't spilled in vain. That they didn't die in vain. That the mothers who scream for their daughters, the fathers who are on shore where their kids are detained, wouldn't mourn in vain. I have come here as a soldier of the revolution. I have come here to assure you that this is just the first step to internationalize our struggle, to make the international community understand our pain, the pain of the mothers, the yearning of the fathers, and the doubts plastered on the faces of our kids. That the land, the 43 square meter land that we own, will not be mortgaged, will not be taken by any other country. That we are ready, that we will fight block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, until the day, as the last speaker said, we will be able to install a government in Boya, a government for the Ambazonians, a government by the Ambazonians, that is going to speak for us, fight for us, make treaties for us. We are not going to allow an alien dominating power from Yaoundé to decide our future, decide the curriculum of our education, decide which language we speak in our courts. And if the lawyer said no, right from here in New York, we send a message to Yaoundé that we are ready for the gendarmes, the big, and all the evil spirits that have been installed in our homeland. That we will give our life for a free Ambazonia. That if this country was built on the blood of people from distant places, we are ready as soldiers of the revolution to make sure that one day, just one day, we have a homeland to call our own, a place to dwell in peace, a place where we as a people can decide our destiny. You've just got started. It's a long journey. Liberation is not a walk in the park, and I want you to be ready. Do not believe soothsayers who say you are just going to have it on a platter of gold. It's going to be a hard struggle. But the footprints you leave here today will be followed by those after us. They will know we were here. They will know we fought for them. They will know we died for them. They will know we still have power. And so they will use the same rope map to be able to inhabit a free country. If that's the only thing we can give our children, let's do it for Mother Ambazonia. I want to thank your leadership. I want to thank all those who've made it possible for me to be here. Together as a people, we will fight together, go to jail together, so one day we may be free together. Come on.
From 1954 to 1961.
History has not forgotten that Boya was the headquarters of West Cameroon. History has not forgotten that Buea was the capital of Southern Cameroon.
Southern Cameroon was an autonomous country with its own government, headed by a prime minister with capital in Buea.
Southern Cameroon had its own parliament with the House of Chiefs. Southern Cameroon had its own airlines. Southern Cameroon had its own power station in Yoke. Southern Cameroon had its own police force. Southern Cameroon had its own seaport in Victoria. Southern Cameroon had its own currency,
the pound sterling. Unfortunately, our colonial masters, the British, convinced the United Nations for Southern Cameroons to attain independence by joining La République du Cameroun via a 1961 plebiscite. With a federal constitution. Article 47 prohibited the changing of the form of the federal republic. But La République du Cameroun changed the constitution through a 1972 fraudulent referendum of yes. La République du Cameroun attained its independence on January 1, 1960 without Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon attained its independence on October 1, 1961. They formed the Global Federal Republic. Our ancestor Mola Jolly Tombe reminded us that there is no union treaty between Southern Cameroon and La République du Cameroun. To organize another referendum to ask us whether we want to stay in this union or not. Show us the union treaty. As Mola Jolly Tambe reminded us, Jumba no be married. La République du Cameroon has taken advantage of us. They have destroyed our economy. They robbed us of our resources. They robbed us of our basic humanity. On November 30, 2017, Paul Biya declared a war on us. They murdered over 60,000 of our grandparents, our brothers, our sisters, and our children. They burned down over 200 of our villages. What did we do to deserve this? La République du Cameroun attained its independence on January 1, 1960 without Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon attained its independence on October 1, 1961. They formed the Verbal Federal Republic. Our ancestors
come there until we reach Booyah. Until we reach Booyah, we shall never, never leave our journey halfway, oh. Until we reach Booyah. It start for November 2017, when Puwabia declare war for Ambazonia. Our brothers and sisters, them pick cutlass them. Our brothers and sisters, them pin them guns for defend homeland. Them be talk say them go crash Amba in 2 weeks, but not 10 years now I'm counting. The Republic still nova fit crash Amba. Shame for la Republic. Sleep no be die, shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Wata na wata, wata na wata. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Ambalanda we country. Sleep no be die, yeah. Ambalanda we country. All Amba them for ground zero. Una chop fire, una tighty. Una remember how this thing be there for 2018 now. Make una know the catch with people them for axing money. Make una know the beat with people them. Make una go back for respect with people them. Make with people them una first line of defense. Una go see say them go the LM. Una give una information. Even give una chop, give una money. Now so we want them. Una di do a good job. We thank una for all the good work. Way una di do. Amba must be free. Sleep no be die. Yeah. Shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Amba that now we country. Wata na wata. Wata na wata. Small no be sick, oh. Amba that now we country. Shake no day. Small no be sick, oh. Amba that now we country. Sleep no be die, yeah. Amba that now we country. Asawana, wana, asabuam, one, esimili. Where them there? Make we jam and carry and go. Sleep no be die. Shake no day. Shake no go come day. Amba that now we country.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonians, special loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom, and never to the hero who fought along with Diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Fellow Ambalanders home and abroad, justice lovers, supporters of Ambazonia, and defenders of justice, I bring you revolutionary greetings on this day, the 29th of October 2025. Today, we address a moment that once again exposes the tragic farce that defines Cameroon's politics. A nation where dictatorship has been repackaged as democracy, and sham elections are used to legitimize tyranny. Mr. Biya, a 92-year-old man, has once again declared himself president of the Republic of Cameroon for the 8th term. Not through the will of the people, but through the machinery of fraud, force, and fear. While the war watches in silence, Ambazonia continues to bleed. Cameroon's regime hides behind these so-called elections to mask its atrocities, to project a false sense of stability, while thousands of our people are living in exile. Thousands are languishing in jails, and thousands continue to live in grief and pain on a daily basis. Even before he was forcefully kidnapped from his home in Norway by Crispo in conspiracy with France and Cameroon, our leader, Dr. Cho Ayaba, had long warned the Ambazonian people that change can never come to Cameroon through the ballot boxes. He had always exposed the reality that Cameroon's system is built on fraud, a system known for rigging elections, rewriting constitutions, and manipulating institutions to keep the power in the hands of a few people under France's protection and geopolitical interests. The war may pretend to be shock, but Ambazonians are not. We have seen this creep over and over for decades. Where tyranny is dressed as leadership and oppression is distinguished as is disguised as stability. Cameroon's so-called elections are a mockery of democratic values and an insult to the blood of our people who have resisted its colonial grip. But we would like to make the world understand this. The destiny of Ambazonia will never again be decided in Yaoundé. We are not subject to Biya's corrupt theater of politics. In this moment, Ambazonian people must see clearly this charade in Yaoundé has nothing to do with our destiny. Our struggle is not for a seat in Yaoundé's or Biya's corrupt system, but for the total liberation and independence of our homeland. We are a free people, defining our own future, a future of integrity, a future of sovereignty, and a future of justice. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to talk too much, but this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you'll be watching from, I would like to invite our leader, the leader of the Ambazonian War of Liberation, the president of the Ambazonian Governing Council, Dr. Cho Ayaba, to bring more clarity and directive to our people as he addresses this charade that just ended in Yaoundé. Mr. President, over to you.
My fellow Ambazonians, my fellow countrymen and women, Albert Einstein once said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I weep for the Cameroonian people. I weep for our continent. I weep for our race, and I weep for generations after generations whose hopes for a pluralistic society anchored in freedom, opportunities, and dignity has been repeatedly dashed. I weep for the investments in blood and treasure, the pain, the cost, and the sacrifices millions have made just to realize time and again that they were actually moving backward. From the tip of Cape Town, where blacks still grapple with the consequences of discrimination international corporations and an international economic model tailored to enslave, dispossess, abuse, and fund the corrupt, unelected stooges who have for over 50 years reigned terror on a defenseless, battered populace. God surely bless the Magna Carta. God bless the Declaration of the Right of Man. And God bless we the people. We are faced with a regime that has, for the past 65 years, sought to upload in our minds a way of thinking as a defining marker of what it means to be truly free. We are confronted with a mutant tyranny which for the past 35 years has renewed its rule through a combination of terror, assassinations, outright public electoral banditry. We are faced with a regime that has realized that widespread impunity, including massacres and genocide, have no consequences. We are facing an individual who's 93 years old, was part of a regime of genocide against the Bamilikes, and is currently presiding over another genocide in Amazonia. We are suddenly confronted by the reality that the progress of the world must be the result of annexation, domination, and electoral fraud. Under these circumstances, it may be difficult to believe in Nkrumah when he said, "The budding future is always stronger than the withering past," a statement of unshakable belief and confidence in the strength of the people, determining their own future, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable adversities. On Monday, Yaoundé reminded Boya why Ndele was right. Yaoundé reminded Boya why the men and women across Amazonia, wielding rifles in defense of our country, are not insane. Yesterday, Yaoundé reminded Boya why going to Dadi was the best decision we ever made since 1953. On Monday, Yaoundé notified Boya why we must buckle up, beat the road, because the road ahead will be dark and bumpy. Yet, it seems to be the only road we must take if we must be free. I know you all are wondering, where is the international community? Where are the custodians of the plural democratic order? They are surely seized, concerned, troubled, monitoring the developing situation, urging restraining, calling on Hitler and his victims to avoid violence. Let them speak with candor and conviction and have their fingerprints on the mother weapon. Our future is in our hands. From the streets of Tel Aviv, London, Rome, Berlin, Cape Town, Oslo, Washington, Buenos Aires, people power has altered state posture, policies and actions. When Hitler attacked in 1939, most governments collapsed, declared neutrality, sold out. It was the people who fought in tunnels across snowfields. It was the people from Warsaw to Paris that built underground resistance. These supposed custodians have shown us repeatedly that they have no backbone to defend the very values, norms, and systems they advocate in peacetime. My fellow Ambazonians, what happens in Cameroon affects Ambazonia. Who leads Cameroon can mean the difference between war or negotiation. In 1998, President Suharto was replaced by B.J. Habibi. Habibi publicly apologized for the military campaign against Archie and paved the way for a peaceful resolution. We had worked out within the AGOC detailed consultative approaches with Cameroon academia, civil society, and political class under the leadership of myself to reshape their perception of the Ambazonian struggle. For the first time in 35 years, senior Cameroon opposition leaders did not only recognize the existence of a conflict, but they also recognize the fact that we even exist. While their cosmetic prescription of their solution is laughable, they opened a smaller venue for continuous discussions. Their public statements represented a dramatic departure from the demonization, dehumanization, and criminalization approach of the last 64 years. I have asked the Vice President of the Ambazonian Governing Council and the leadership of the Ambazonian Governing Council to intensify any ongoing intra-Ambazonian dialogue and to strengthen existing contacts and discussions with Cameroonian groups, including political leaders of Ambazonian extraction, except the outlawed fascist murderer CPDM. The CPDM is banned in Ambazonia, and there should be no contact with this party. Any contact with peacemakers within the existing government of Cameroon will follow policy lines consistent with our strategy of negotiation. I call on Ambazonians not to be scared to speak to each other. The international community must not be afraid to welcome and support such consultations. They must reject any bullying and blackmail by war profiteers and wreckers of international principles. To our people, to our soldiers, prisoners, IDPs, your resilience and resistance has inspired others. We are an interesting intersection. It's complex, but we are equipped to navigate it. There can be no Ambazonia without our forces. I call on all to help arm our forces to continuously hold the line for all the fallen soldiers and civilians, for millions of our people, for the promise of true independence that offers us the opportunity to build a country worthy of its name, a country for the Ambazonian people, by the Ambazonian people, a country that is going to develop and tap into our resources, both human and natural, to ensure that every child goes to school free of charge. A woman doesn't die every minute giving birth. No old mother should be able to be abandoned at the gates of the hospital because they don't have money. To transform our cities, our infrastructure, to give the Ambazonian people a reason to call themselves Ambazonia. We will stand by true patriots of Cameroon who believe in democracy, who believe in freedom, and who believe in the right of the Ambazonian people to self-determination. God bless you all.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise the soul of Savior who granted us the freedom. And legends to the hero who fought along we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.